Yeah, anyway, pistol round underway here. You've got a smoke and 2 flashes for console. And then on the other side, you've got a smoke and a kit on Surreal. And they're actually going to be heading towards B. Looks like it may be a fast play. Breaking the windows towards A as well, just to keep the CTs guessing. And they're actually going to hold back a little bit, make sure that smoke gets down. And here comes a push. Lucky's going to be the first one out. Jenko on top of the back train there. Smooya is here for support. And the rotation's actually really quick. And there's Smooya. That's the bomb as well. This could be a problem.
Yeah, he's going to have to finish. Oh, and he is going to finish off a second man. Console drops. Now ANJ and Insta, they are locked out towards the A site. They've got this site, but they've not got any bombs, so it's going to be very, very difficult, and especially with Smooya hitting these headshots. 1 after 1, 3 drop, and ANJ might be next in line. Going to slow peek into Smooya. You got to have balls of steel to take aim duels against this man. I wouldn't want my head being anywhere near Smooya. They're going to move into ANJ here, who's just dodging into these headshots. There's one from him. Oh, it's Smooya! Absolutely executes him. What a quad kill to start us off.
Beautifully done there from Smooya. He's going to get the 4K. And, you know, keep talking about him as a star player, and he just keeps proving it time and time again. But we're going to need to see some of the other players step up on this team if we're going to have, you know, them have a chance to take this map off of Trick, because obviously this is their pick. But see what's possible. They're going to get 2 M4s here. And they're going to have 2 SMGs. Sorry, 3 M4s and 2 SMGs. On the other side, not going to fully force onto this one. Tricked, I think they're going to make sure that they get full utility on that first buy round. And you can see Smooya getting hungry here. Insta low HP is going to go down. That's the bomb as well. So Trick, if there are any plans to get the bomb down, that might be a bit of an issue now.
Smooya's dropped the bomb in both of these rounds consecutively. Surreal gives away the shadow, but no frag. As these deagles, we all know how dangerous they are. Smooya's already fallen. Foul twin, there's Jenko as well dropping. Zach taking damage, and these deagles, these pistols doing a lot of damage so far, but this bomb's still down, and they've got to peek into players like Robin, who's able to rip the head off one. That's console gone, just ANJ and Lucky left with a pair of deagles.
Yeah, I mean, if that bomb wasn't down, oh, even with the bomb down as well, Lucky getting another shot with a deagle. This is very expensive, and that's the problem with the bomb down as well. It makes Epsilon think, oh, we need to get aggressive, and they're actually closing the gap here and allowing Trick to be close range with the pistols. You can see they're trying to back off a little bit here. They've wasted enough time with that smoke. When that smoke clears, Trick aren't going to have that much time to get the bomb and do much with it. You can see Surreal actually watching the back as well. He's constantly worried about a flank, but both players are there. Sack in a bit of an issue, a bit of a problem there with low HP, but it doesn't matter. Surreal is there to support him. And there we go. Very, very costly round for Epsilon, so you have to give it to Trick there. They didn't invest much into it, and were able to take down 3 players actually in the end, so good job from Trick.
Smooya's going to go for minimal investment, so he can possibly afford this AWP in the follow-up round. You obviously want to get the AWP out onto Smooya as quickly as possible, especially on a map like Train, where it kind of lends itself to even double AWP setups. And I think the Epsilon could be going for that at some point if Trick to get complacent at any point. The pistols wrapping around the B site. The objective of this one is just to get a bomb down. But they're going to have to charge into Robin here, who finds headshot after headshot. He's just tapping them away. Here's the pistol out as well. Robin mows them down. Jenko finishes them off.
Pretty straightforward anti-eco there from Epsilon. Basically what you want at this point. Just make sure they can't get anything else after that last round. It was very expensive for Epsilon. They need to minimize casualties in the next one. That's exactly what they did. Now Tricked are going to be able to buy into this one, as we were saying, because they didn't fully invest. They're going to be able to get full utility. They've got a Galil on console, who's one of the players who did upgrade on that second round, so he's going to be going to have a bit of a weak weapon, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. As you can see, they're trying their best to get control of Ivy here. That Molotov is going to slow them down a little bit. Smooya there, making it more difficult for them to do something. But the interesting thing of this round is Rixon has an up and Smooya doesn't, so see how much of an impact that makes. And you can see Sack is going to be around the angle where, oh, there it is, the timing. He hears the shot, takes down Sack, and that's the opening that Trick needed.
I'm actually disappointed that Smooya didn't drop away the M4. in favor of picking up an AWP. He had enough money to do exactly that. And now Tricked, they've got everything to work for in this round. Looking for a 3-1 scoreline here. Saria's up close though. This bomb is pretty close as well. And as that bomb and smoke fades, Tricked are going to wrap around into Pop Dog. Surreal has this backtrack though. This is going to be the difference maker. When's A&J going to spot the man up top left? It's Smooya to only find one. A&J finally takes him out, but Jenko from the back line, is it going to be the difference maker? A&J gone. Now he needs to do some extra damage, but he's only got an MP9. This is why I wanted him to have an M4. That could have been so devastating, but the sting taken out of Epsilon's tail, the bomb goes down, and a 3 versus 1. Jenko needs a fast frag here to maybe capitalize.
I would have liked to see some trigger discipline. I would like to see some trigger discipline from him there, actually, because he didn't. The first player didn't spot him out, so could have been able to find more. But it was a tall order anyway. It was a 1v4 with an MP9, so can't really blame him too much for that. I think he was going to try and get an exit frag and try and get a weapon away, because an MP9 isn't the ideal weapon to take away. But he's going to be moving his way in. Shouldn't be able to do anything here. He does have a kit, but there's quite a few players close by, and there it is. Gets shot in the back. Tricked will be able to find their first round. 3-1 here, and Epsilon still have enough to invest, get themselves a decent buy. So if they win this next round, Tricked are not going to be doing too well in terms of the economy. So an opportunity here for Epsilon to shut down Tricked early.
Smooya's got that AWP. Everybody else likewise on rifles. Rixo's got the AWP as well on the T side. So looking for this opening over towards Ivy. Oh, and it's lucky to breach in first. There's a headshot. And Rixo, oh, through the smoke once again, almost found Sack. That would have been devastating to hit that shot 2 rounds in a row.
That would have been nuts. But now Tricked have the man advantage, and that becomes a bit of an issue. Epsilon have to try and get aggressive somewhere, and you can see Janko's here trying to get some information towards B, trying to spot something out, but can't see anything just yet. And Epsilon are playing a bit too passive for my liking here, but they have got a double stack in Pop Dog here, which is quite interesting. You don't really expect 2 players to be in this position, so if they take one down, they could be able to trade it, but nonetheless, Trick still have a man advantage, and you can see they're taking their sweet time. They don't have to do anything here. They've got the man advantage, just need to make sure Epsilon can't get anything going and, you know, see if they make a mistake or something, but actually letting the timer run down quite a bit here, down to 40 seconds, and you can see Epsilon getting a bit antsy here, moving positions here, and they're going to rotate one back towards the B site, so I think Trick should have this one, and it looks like they might want to head towards A, because that bomb's behind T-Con there.
The Molotov actually missed its mark. That one's actually meant to be slightly deeper. Nevertheless, catches Surreal out. Oh, there's a headshot. A&J straight into A. Both headshots for him. Lucky's going to be able to find another one, and this is the beautiful T side of Tricked. Really coming alive here. Just Jenko left. Going to possibly be able to save this M4. Going to be sent scuttling towards CT spawn.
And there we go. Tricked getting 2 rounds in a row. It's going to put Epsilon on an eco, unless they decide to force around the M4, which I hope they don't do. But nonetheless, Tricked getting that opening frag, and Epsilon didn't get aggressive after losing the initial one. They just kind of sat back, and, you know, at that point you're setting yourself up for failure, because you've got 5 people running onto one bomb site when you're down a man, so it's not going to work out. I would have liked to see Epsilon maybe double push into T-Con, you know, something like that, maybe push into B holes or something, get some information, which is what you need to kind of do when you're on when you have a man down. But Tricked are going to be able to get it. They have 4 players surviving as well. They're going to take that AWP into the next round. Plenty of money to keep going. On the other hand, Epsilon don't have much whatsoever. They should eco on this one, and then basically put Jenko on in a position where he can make some impact. But Trick should be able to tie things up here, and they're showing why they've picked this map. Their T side on the buy rounds has been pretty impressive.
Smooya's here with just a USP. The flash is pretty good to force A&J off that angle, but there's a Molotov dropped. Gonna force Smooya out of position. Looking to take more passive angles on this A site. Very, very low is Lucky, but likely just gonna back off here. Jenko does find one, but Not a very exciting round. Epsilon falling to pieces on the A site. That M4 not going to be picked up, instead just resorting to stick with the AKs. Rixo still with the AWP. Tricked looking pretty damn good on this T side so far, racking up 3 in a row.
Yeah, they are indeed. But we've got Smooya finally on that AWP, so this could be the difference maker here. The rest of the players limited on utility. Fairly weak by considering, but now we're going to be able to get that AWP onto Smooya, which could be the difference maker. Got control of Pop Dog on the Tricked side though, so that's definitely a good place to start. But Smooya, you can see, went up towards B, try and get a pick. He's going to reposition himself, constantly does this. He's very, very good at being a dynamic player in terms of the positions that he holds, and he's going to go back towards A here. But Tricked not showing their hand just yet, just holding this default and just waiting to see what this round brings them.
Hopefully an opening frag from Smooya. He's not had the opportunity to get aggressive. Sometimes you just get a little unlucky on the spawns, and Smooya not going for any of those aggro picks like he was on Cobblestone. That was one of the really successful things Epsilon did to get them into their CT side, which more or less was actually quite weak. I was more impressed about their T side on Cobble, which on train can sometimes be quite difficult to get rocking and rolling. Right onto B here. They need to pour into Jenko. Support from Robin there as they take 2, but Robin goes for an overpeak, gets his head torn off. And there's Console, A and J likewise finding 2, but the overpeaks from Epsilon, the left, right and center, and Rixo misses a big opportunity with the AWP. Needs to back off, needs to find a shot. It's Console instead to find a headshot, but 1 HP. Rixo manages the first. Zach is all in no man's land, and Rixo on top of the train can look left and right, spots out the shadow, and there's the flick! A headshot! Zach gone! And Tricked, 1 HP, 1v2. It's all Rixo.
That was insane. 1 HP trapped behind the bomb train there, nowhere to go. Gets the shot onto Smooya and just completely outplays the last player. That was beautifully done from Rixo. And, you know, gonna have to keep an eye on him as well. Been talking about Smooya and his hoping here because he's more flashy, more of an aggressive player. But Rixo is a rock, and he's showing us how, you know, he can make those rounds, those impossible rounds, make him possible. Very, very nicely done from him. And that's going to put Tricked in a great position here now. Epsilon broken once again here. A bit of a half force here. Deagle's a CZ onto Surreal, but Tricked are showing us that they've come to play on train.
Epsilon back on pistols, just 1 CZ, 4 Deagles for them. Robin, Surreal with Kevlar, nobody else with anything to talk of, not a single piece of utility between the 5 and Tricked. They're going to be taking this one slow.
See what Epsilon decide to do with these pistols here. Just playing close angles here. You got Sack, who's actually pushed up past Ivy, so he's going to be able to give some information here. But Smokes are going to be able to come out onto the bomb site. Robin in a good position, long range with the Deagle. See if he can actually find some. There's Smooya with the Deagle. He showed it on the previous map as well. Robin's got a good angle as well. Takes down Insta. This could be absolutely brutal for Tricked.
Oh, Surreal's behind them as well. Pops through the smoke. There's a first. AK's in hand, and he's just dodging and weaving away from ANJ, who can't hit the shots. Finally capitalizing 2 versus 2. But Jenko from behind. Tap, tap, tap! Gone! It's Console blown away, and just ANJ left. He's already found 2, needs 4. That smoke is perfect, but he needs to deal with Robin, who's stuck on this site. And he blows him away. 4-4 now as Epsilon just strikes straight back.
Yeah, he was absolutely screwed there. He had absolutely no time. It was 3 seconds on the clock when he died. So he had to go for it. And I would have even killed him after time. That would have helped him out massively. He wouldn't have had much into this round. But
that's actually something that too many players don't do, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. There's very few teams that actually consider that. Sometimes, you know, you don't want to overdo it, because especially at the high level CS, you know, players can make it work even with a few seconds left. You know, we've seen it time and time again. But, you know, yeah, that's definitely a quite crucial thing in CS. You know, it's a mechanic that can really change the game when a T player dies after time and has no money into the next one. Nonetheless, Epsilon, they've got themselves a good buy here as well. So you're back on the AWP. They need to get back in this game. They've got a saving grace there. They have have a lifeline with the eco win. See if they can keep it up here. Robin boosted up on top of the connector box there, and it looks like once again Tricked want to try and go for an A split here. They've got the bomb towards Ivy, but really nice setup from Epsilon here. Basically, essentially 4 players towards A.
And this is exactly what you want. When you're trusting your B player, your flamey, so to say, on that B site, somebody who's so stable at getting those like 2 or 3 kills standardly. That's kind of what we want from Jenko here. We want the double or triple, but Tricked are going to resort and elect to go towards the A site. Lucky here, being flashed, mollied, but doesn't really mind. They're going to have to push into Zach, who's got this advanced, engaged angle. And with only 20 seconds left, they now know it's going to be an A push. Robin's going to go for the re-rotation back. Surreal with a great double there. Front of the A site. Rixo going to flick away one. Has connector under control. It's Rixo again to blast one back, and just Jenko left. Oh, and Rico spots him out. Great triple kill from him.
How did Trick pull that round back? That was insane. There was not much time left on the clock. Epsilon had a stack on the A bomb site essentially, and console just accidentally button a Gev. That is unfortunate.
Not an accident. Not an accident, boys.
Gev OP, Volvo plus nerf. But yeah, I mean, that round was all Rixo, as you said it. Surreal got a 2K in a beautiful position by E-Box, and still Tricked managed to bring it back just off the back of Rixo. The AWP player making an impact already on the T side here, and Tricked 5-4. Epsilon going for a weird force here, and actually gonna get a nice angle onto console, down to 10 HP already, so that's a good start for Epsilon, and they've got control of brown holes.
The Negev is actually a next level mind game. He knows that if the CTs go into T spawn, find the Negev, it's worse than the CZ, so they'll switch to it and be even worse.
Yeah, true. That's a crazy mind game. I can't remember what match it was, but on I think it was VP or something on this map. It was a crucial game, like a final or something, and they threw away an AK in spawn, and Flusher found it on an eco and completely destroyed them, and they won the game. I can't remember.
VP, of course.
I think it was VP. It might not have been, but it was something like that.
The best VP one is where Pasha doesn't buy the kit, and then he leads it at like championship point and loses a tournament because of the lack of the defuse.
Yeah, that was another one, and he made a post
about it. Was that in Dubai, I think? Maybe?
I think so, yeah. He made a post about it saying, don't be loser, buy a diffuser, right after it. Anyway, Epsilon actually doing a decent amount of work in this one. Surreal's down to 1 HP, but we've actually got a couple of kills on this weird buy, but Surreal down to 1 HP, can't do anything. He's going to go down, Tricked 6-4, and now Epsilon put all the eggs into one basket with that round here. Once again, they're going to have to eco here. Tricked should be able to get themselves a comfortable lead, extend their lead even further.
Making themselves a nice omelette with all those basketed eggs.
I'm getting hungry now.
I had a beautiful burger earlier. Double burger, double meat.
Guess what? Guess what I made?
A curry.
Just guess. Yeah, I actually did. That's racist. How dare you?
Of course, your Kiani made a curry. It's that's like a children's book, right?
Yeah, I'm getting really good at them though. My dad taught me while I was home and gave me his secret spice mix, and I've been yeah, and it honestly,
Daddy Kiani's secret spices.
Yeah, honestly, he's he has the secret spice. He's never ever told me about it. Never given me the recipe. Never ever given me. And I've begged him, and he finally gave me a huge tub of this spice mix. I don't know what's in it, but it's great.
Are you kidding? He won't even tell his own son. That will be his that on his deathbed. That's what he'll pass over to you. He'll pass over great knowledge. As bleak as that is.
Yeah, honestly, I honestly could see that happen. Anyway, Surreal caught out in the open, still managed to get a kill though, and but it's all Tricked here as ANJ gets 2, Rixo gets 1, and yeah, this is a complete shutdown. What a round from Tricked. You'd think that was an eco from Epsilon. That was a full buy, deleted.
And it's Jenko again, the sole B player, quite a few times in a row. This is going to be 8-4. Time for some more Curry talk. He's done a lot of damage though.
Yeah,
Console
Curry's
did
do
get
tend to do a
dinked.
lot of damage, especially at, you know, the night.
To any part of the body that they do a certain amount of damage to.
Well, they don't call it the Ring of Fire for nothing.
I was actually talking about the mouth.
Oh, okay.
Get your head out the gutter, you Kiani. Head out the gutter.
Head out of the toilet. Anyway, 8-4 for Tricked. This is getting pretty desperate for Epsilon here. They need to.
It's getting pretty desperate on the caster desk.
It's getting, yeah, it is getting pretty desperate here as well. Talking about Curry and stuff. That always happens when we talk or when we cast stuff. It's always something to do with race, something sensitive, like the Poland incident. Let's not talk about that again. That VOD is still on YouTube somewhere, and like sometimes I show my friends like stuff I've casted, and like I think one of them I went on it, and it starts right at that point. I'm not going to talk about it, but right, you know what point I'm talking about.
That's great. Right,
Oh,
get
dear.
death threats.
Oh, you just pissed off the entire. Luckily, I knew a bit of Polish, so like funny things in Polish, so I calmed the chat down a little bit, but they were.
I
angry.
know a bit of Polish.
Let's not go
Kurwa.
there. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine. That's university
It's
accepted.
actually
Anyway,
not. It's actually not fine.
yeah. I mean, most Polish people they use it like we use the F word, like they just put it in everything. Like it's
Frog.
not really like a directed. Yeah, that one. Anyway, Epsilon got the pistols out, and you know the last round they did this, they actually were able to win the round. So see if they're able to do something similar. Robin gets caught in no man's land, gets his head taken off. Rixo once again continues his form, takes down Smooya as well. ANJ again. There it is. Lucky. Individual players all finding separate kills. This is really good for Trick. Firing on all cylinders. Really cohesive play coming out from the Danish side. It's going to be all down to Jenko once again, the B player. Doesn't it suck being a B player sometimes on the CT side? Just always rotating.
Yeah, especially on Inferno. I find
Yeah.
that because the A site often goes down and I'm really bad at re-engaging in the A site of Inferno, it feels like one of the harder maps to play as a B site player or an A site player, because I find Inferno retakes are just horrifically difficult. And yeah,
They definitely
Jenko
are.
does only find the one. A&J with a triple kill. Very clean round. 3 great headshots to push him over the 20 kill mark. What is this, Yaku? 20 kills already.
ANJ is having a field day. And, you know, Rixo's been getting some highlight plays as well, but ANJ's been pretty solid. You know, he's not been getting too many flashy highlight plays, but he's, you know, pretty much every round he's getting crucial kills, keeping his form consistent. That's what you want to
A&J's
see from a player
enemies,
like
KIA, MIA, CBA, TBH.
Jesus Christ, man. JFC. Anyway, I'm going to see some control. Oh,
John
there's,
F. Kennedy.
Oh,
Shit,
Smooya.
that's Chase. one to one trade there. Smooya does go down. He does find a kill in the meantime, though. So a 4 versus 4 as Trick want to re-engage in towards B. Maybe Jenko's going to get a bit of action here. But the bomb is over towards the other side of the map. Need to rotate over on the back of Lucky. And maybe they'll be holding off from pulling the trigger for another 20 or so seconds. Rixo here holding with the AWP. Nobody going to peek or push him, so Epsilon not making any mistakes. But now they're about to engage with the bomb. Oh, soon to come, and Jenko takes it right in the face. He is having a hard time this game. Zach gonna fall back. Smooya typing in caps in chat. And Epsilon been absolutely torn apart.
I don't know why Surreal wasn't playing on B with the AWP, because if you have an AWP towards Ivy, you know, which was Smooya in this case, you know, if you look at the B site, you know, if you put an AWP on the back of B site, you know, it becomes very, very difficult for the T side to actually take control because they've got to deal with the AWP. I'm surprised Surreal was actually, you know, rotating through connector. I would have liked to see him at the back of the B site. And that's what you usually do with a double AWP. You put one on B, put one towards A. But Epsilon decide not to do that, and they're going to lose a round. They will be able to take this up, actually take both ups into the next round, so going to see the double up setup return in the next round. But the round loss bonus should allow them to get somewhat of a bye. It's going to be a weak one if they do decide to go for it. But with 2 ops, you might as well.
Yeah, last round of the
Oh,
half
wait, it's
as
the last
well.
round anyway. Yeah, it's the last round anyway.
No problem. That curry talk's really disorientated the desk.
Definitely.
Not to mention the people casting behind it.
Do you get good curries in Germany?
No, they're terrible. Some of the worst in
Dude, that
Europe.
Oh, Rixo getting
Rixo.
aggressive there. She gets the tag onto Jenko. Jenko's counting his lucky stars right now. He's still alive as the smoke saves him as well. Surreal now on the B bomb site. That's what you like to see. But unfortunately for him, it looks like it is going to be an A push here. Robin's going to have a lot of players coming his way once this smoke clears, and he's getting aggressive. Getting a very pushed up angle here. And they're actually looking like they want to split on towards A, so this could be very, very dangerous for Epsilon.
Holding outside. Is Trick taking this very slow? This has been a picture-perfect T side for Trick so far. And they need to peek into Smuya, who has been the only shining star on this CT side so far. And that's exactly why. Nails a headshot, falls into a secondary position, ready for the secondary peek. Tricked. Just holding back off the push towards A. Oh, Robin's getting really aggressive. Here's that flash in, and oh, gets the double spray down. Both headshots, clatters faces. And now it's all down to the AWP, the rotation, and oh, there's a headshot. Surreal, Smuya. The S's finished off the half with a 5-10 scoreline.
There we go. Epsilon finally waking up.
Good half.
Making sure he gets the message across there. But yeah, very, very good last round from Epsilon. They're finally waking up towards the end. But you know, aside from that, pretty problematic CT side from Epsilon. Trick constantly just keeping up the pressure and dealing with the CT setup fairly easily. And it was the A setup that was definitely weak because it was just constantly A pushing. They didn't even push B that often. I think it was a couple of buy rounds that actually went there. Anyway, utility heavy pistol round here from Epsilon. You've got a Molotov and a smoke on Robin, 2 flashes and a molly. This is aggressive play from the CT side. Could work out. 2 kills come in their favor. Even trades though, and Console's on 10 HP. So this actually has worked out for Epsilon. The rotations are already in and Console's still alive. Trades everywhere. 2v2.
There's a Molotov, though, to hold him out just in time for this bomb to go down. Oh, why aren't they planning for him, though? Jenko does hit that follow-up shot. They know exactly where Console is, and he's going to have to peek and stop this bomb from going down. Jenko's not able to support, but with the bomb gone and backing off, Console needs to hit some fast shots. And oh, is that a first? It is! Console levels this back, walks right in front of Jenko. And Epsilon can take that round, but that did get dodgy for a second. Bevy says, hey, Caster. Hey, Bevy. How you doing?
Looked actually not a bad idea from Trick to get aggressive into brown holes like that, especially if they, expect a sort of utility heavy sort of execute from Epsilon, because that can really just completely ruin it if you've got players rushing you. But ANJ here with the CZ. Actually got support from Rixo as well. These CZs can be very, very dangerous. And there's ANJ with a second one as well. It's a 1 for 2 here in favor of Trick so far. The trade comes out though. And oh, there we go with the Deagles. It's now a man advantage for Tricked. Oh, God,
there's
Console.
a second! Console rips Surreal's head apart, and it's only Jenko left. 1 versus 3 with an AK-47's. Got a pair of flashes to be able to do this as he steals away the bomb and backs off.
Looks like he wants to just head towards B here. They're going to realize that soon enough when they don't see anything towards A. He should be able to get this bomb down uncontested, but he's going to have 3 players to deal with. But he has full control of B bomb site, so he can do something pretty crafty if he plants towards the backside and gets aggressive. But see what he decides to do. He's taking his time here because he has no idea if there is a player here. He didn't spot out all 3 players. So he's being very, very careful. And he's got actually time to wrap all the way around. But I think he might want to just stick on B. But see if Jenko can do it.
He thinks he's flusher. Jenko wrapping in. He's got so much time on the clock. But if you see the positions these 3 CTs are playing, he might get unlucky with this one. As Console does check the angle. Jenko spots out too, but he's running out of precious time. And then left and right. Lucky's going to sideswipe him, sideline him. And that's going to be another round for Tricked on the board.
Yep. That was a nice idea from Jenko there, but in hindsight, he should have just planted the bomb because now they're going to be stuck for money. Going to have to force buy with the CZs here. And, you know, that was an eco from, oh, I think it was a force, but nonetheless, round Trick should not have won. But Smuya, there we go with the Deagle. Time and time again, the Deagle is just making a huge impact. And we're going to see a 5v4 just like that. Are we going to see a second force buy round win in a row?
Oh, Lucky's unable to hit the double spray down. Levels this back up slightly to a 4 versus 3. As Tricked supporting by this aggressive scout. An easy shot onto Zach, who made that one all too easy. Kappa in the chat, if you smell your hand after touching your testicles. Kappa in the chat, please. I'll say my Kappa out loud.
No Kappa, no Kappa. Anyway, push coming out onto the B-bomb side. That flash was a bit of a fail, but luckily there's nobody holding close by. And look at all three players pushing up highway here, actually getting spotted out, deciding to back off at the last minute. Smuya down to low HP. They should be able to get this bomb down, though. This is going to be a hard round to convert.
They need Jenko to hit a headshot right here, and there it is. Insta drops, and he's able to fall back with this AK-47, but he's facing the UMP. And A&J's done sweet damage. They know exactly where he is. They're wrapping in. There's the perfect Molotov as Console finds the 2. Triple kill in total. He's going to be able to defuse that bomb as well. Loads of time left on the clock. They've both got rifles as well. This is 6-12 now. Epsilon haven't really been able to get anything going here on train.
It was all down to that second round of this half with the pistol buy from Tricked. You know, they shouldn't have been able to win that round, and they did. And now it's put Tricked in a fantastic position to close this one out on their map pick, just like you would expect. But Epsilon is still not out of this. They're going to lose this one, go down to 13-6, and we've seen it time and time again. Comebacks are definitely possible, especially on a map like Train, but on the T side, it's going to be increasingly difficult. Aggression from Tricked, though. Going to try and rack up the cash with these SMGs. They know they're on pistols. MP9 and UMP is going to try and do as much damage as it can towards these brown holes, and we're seeing a lot of money being made there.
They're just being ripped apart. 19th round. It's going to be Tricked just a couple away from leveling this to a 1-1 scoreline. And the best of 2 ending in the least satisfying way possible, not finding a victor.
Indeed.
Oh,
anyway,
some Russian in chat. A Russian, loads of Russian and then a Kappa face. I bet that guy doesn't know what that means.
Oh, he's doing the Kappa because he knows we don't know what that means. Anyway, Tricked are going for a bonus round here. They're actually sticking with the UMP and the MP9. They've got a lot of rounds in hand, so you know it might not be a bad idea to do that. And actually, with the aggression from A&J, it could work out as well. Look at the HP on Surreal. This is a UMP, and he's probably going to go down to the nade as well. Surreal just about getting out of it, but that is very, very well played by A&J there. They realize they've got SMGs. They need to get aggressive with them and then make it work. 5v4 now, and Surreal on 7 HP.
We know exactly what those Russian guys do with their hand. 4 versus 5 as Tricked Insta. Oh, and that nade! Oh, there's the follow-up! Surreal finally found from the grave. Jay from earlier. Okay. Console. That was a beautiful shot as well. Robin walks right into it. 2 versus 5. Smuya has to go huge. This has to be smooth. And Lucky's only able to find the single one. Sack last alive. Has an AK-47. Now an AWP. And he is going to try and back off. But he's got players wrapping him around. And as soon as he makes this peak, takes this angle, he's going to be spotted out. Straight back towards T-spawn. But there's still 30 seconds left on the clock. He's got to save for a long time back here.
Yeah, it's quite a while he's got here. They do need this AWP. They want to get that up back on Smooya here, who's not been doing too great. Not terrible either. 13 and 17. Not really been having an impact on this map as much as he did on Cobblestone. But they're going to try and keep the AWP on him, obviously. That's what you want, but
Oh, there's a shadow.
doesn't look like it's going to be possible. Yeah, Console spots it. Easily done.
He's going to be mad. He didn't know that there was a shadow shown from that position. And that is actually a bug, isn't it? There's no sun from that angle. Let's get Valve on that. Clip it. Let's get that to Valve.
I don't think the
Valve, please fix.
The shadows are always relative to the sun on the map, but could be a bug, possibly.
There was a wall right next to him. There's no shadow there.
Yeah, I know.
Valve,
but
please
that's what I'm saying. CS doesn't always.
Valve, please fix.
Let's fix the CZ first. How about that? Before we start looking to worry about shadows. Anyway, this spy from Epsilon is not ideal, but they've made it work before. See if they can continue that. They're actually going to head towards B here, which with these sorts of weapons might be a bit of an issue because of the long ranges. But they're going to get these smokes out as well. Rixo's going. Oh, that flash is not going to blind him. It gets an easy kill onto Jenko, and he's still alive here as well. He is getting pursued from top walkway. Console going to push through the smoke, deny the bomb plant. There it is. There's no way Epsilon can win this round.
There's the CZ, overpowered as always, as Smooya salvages an AK-47 back onto the site. The bomb plant is open. And now Epsilon need to scuttle back, but Insta's not going to allow it. There's a headshot for him, and it's only Smooya left. How's he going to be able to finish off this quad? There's one. Spots two to his right, but isn't able to find any more. He goes down. It's map point for Tricked. About to level this one up 1-1. Very, very likely here.
Tricked just completely stomping this map so far. See if UKCSGO comes into play once again. We're going to see another insane 1v4 with a stupid weapon, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, a lot to do for Epsilon. And, it's just not been there's not been any rounds where Epsilon have, like, completely, like, except for that last round of the first half. You know, it's always been pretty close, and Epsilon seemed to just about get by one player getting a cool double kill or something. But Lucky is going to get the first kill. Smooya goes down, and that's going to make things very, very difficult for Epsilon. And they haven't decided where to go yet either. They're trying to get control of Ivy. They've got two players to deal with on that side, and Trick don't have to give them anything.
This one is looking done. Jenko straight over the smoke. Does get Molly back, but it's a follow-up headshot. Oh, and a third from Jenko. Bursts into A. That was fantastic.
Jenko coming to play, and Sack just waking up in this potential last round here. Console's still alive, though, and he's still making it difficult for them to get the bomb down, but he's smoked off. There's not much he can do from this position. Console has to do it all here to try and close it out, or Epsilon going to stay alive. Console, he spotted out one player. He's got a kit and utility as well, so this is definitely doable.
There's the Molotov to cut one player out of the action. Zach can't take this peak, and he needs to find the second man, Robin, very, very fast. But Robin, oh, he's playing this one so passive. There's the secondary tap, and Robin's behind him. Needs this second shot. Oh, Robin hasn't revealed his position yet. The bomb's being tapped and defused. Oh, Robin's going to find it.
That was risky. That was very risky, like not peeking after play, but I think it was the right decision in the end. But once again, UKCSGO comes into play. You know, I'm telling you, whatever the score is, as long as I'm casting it, it always ends up being the case. I don't know what it is, man. It happens every time.
UKCSGO.
Just to explain what we mean by UKCSGO, me and Squid had this joke when we used to cast before, where whenever one team would be on match point, no matter what the score, the other team used to always get around before, before they would actually get to 16. It just always seemed to happen, and it just keeps happening. I think that mentality of being like, especially at this level, like closing out the game is, sometimes a bit difficult, especially on that first round. And sometimes you do try something crazy, try and get really aggressive just to close it out, just to finish it off. Could be the reason why, but nonetheless, it's going to be Epsilon getting the opening frag in this round, so it's going to be Tricked on the back foot. 4 vs 5. Smooya making his way into T-Con with the AWP, but on the other side you've got Rixo, so this battle could be interesting. But Epsilon are getting ready for a A split here.
There's the flash in, lucky, oh, sprays down both. That could be the final play of the game right there, as Jenko does swipe it back towards Ivy. Straight onto this A site. Now Jenko does need another one. Oh, and he finds it! Jenko!
Beautifully done by Jenko here, the British player coming to play here, just snapping heads off. And they're actually going to pick up a second up. Nope. He didn't actually, he threw his gun. Oh, rip. Anyway.
He threw it, he just tossed it away.
Yeah, he picked up the AWP. I think he asked, do we need a second AWP? And then they said no, and then he throws the AWP and doesn't get his AK back. But
all right, then.
It's going to be a pause from Tricked. Probably just discussing, just calm it down and discuss what they want to do in this round. They can obviously buy in this one, but they might even want an eco just to make sure that they can get full utility and get a complete buy to close it out. But no, they're going to go for the buy. And we'll see what Trick can do in this one. But Epsilon slowly starting to claw it back here. Could be possible. You never know.
Epsilon just need to take this one round at a time until they get to that sort of double-digit 10, 11 round marker. They're not very close to taking this one back to overtime, so they need to just rack up a decent T side and just never be mentally checked out. They still do have a chance in this one, but they will need 7 in a row as of right now. Smooya's got the AWP, everybody else on rifles. Sack, I think Sack has actually forgot his gun.
Oh no. Oh, nice shot there from Rixo, constantly outshooting Smooya on this map as well. Very, very nice from him. Robin drops down, takes that off Lucky as well. Trade comes in. 4v4, even numbers here. See what they can do. And they've got the double AWP, remember. It's going to be ANJ on the other AWP, who has been playing pretty damn good so far. See if he can keep it up with the AWP. But Robin making his way towards Brown Halls. Got a player on the other side here. Loads of angles to worry about, but Epsilon not committing to anything just yet.
And you can see Robin about to take this angle with ANJ. Oh, he hits the AWP shot, nails that one completely. And now Epsilon need to find another follow-up entry frag, and maybe it's Jenko again towards the A site. Remember how much of a pivotal player he's been at opening up the pointy letter time after time. There's the smoke out, but he's taking long-range engagements this time, and he hasn't been able to spot anything out thus far. There's a Molotov. Another smoke. Jenko's boosted right over. Oh, does spot out the scope, unable to actually take it. Console from above is able to find one. Jenko here, not able to entry this time, just up to Zach. And this one's all said and done. It's over. A great triple kill from Console.